Right, welcome ladies and gents, let's talk AHSOKA episode 4. Disappointing, a lot of this stuff, it really is quite disappointing. Marrok, you remember that chap, that armoured dude that's got an Inquisitor blade, you know, circular hilt, double-bladed? Wow, what a mysterious guy. Wow, didn't they set him up like he had some kind of, relevance and significance? Yeah, none. None at all. And hey, I might hear you ask, where was the significance? Where was the setup? I mean, didn't he stare at the Purgils? Wasn't he a bit like, oh, I remember them. I might be Ezra. Oh. Nah, mate. He's just like some green dust in an armour suit. Witchcraft, obviously, from Elsbeth. Well, this is another time when the fan theories are significantly better than what the creatives could have come up with. It's one of those situations where they were very clearly setting him up to be something else. Very clearly setting him up to be something of some relevance and significance. That is without a shadow of a doubt. No one can argue that. And then they probably went, we're gonna subvert your expectations. This is Dave Filoni taking a leaf out of Rian Johnson's book. Subversion of expectations, i.e. utter creative bankruptcy. Very disappointing, actually. You know, it could have been Starkiller. Could have been Ezra. Could have been any number of people other than green dust. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And also died in quite a bitchy way. I didn't hate the fights up until today. I watched this fight between AHSOKA and Marrok, however you say it, and I was thinking to myself, so he's got this twin-bladed lightsaber. He's managed to block her on with one blade. Why don't you just flick it? Why don't you just twist it? What are you doing? The fight choreography is not as good as they think it is. So that was disappointing. General Syndulla, Worst Mum of the Galaxy award goes to her. I'm fast forwarding to all the things I generally hated about this that just came to mind. General Syndulla and like 4 or 5 X-Wings turn up at the end. They literally block the Eye of Sauron. I know it's Sion. They just stole that, didn't they? Quite sad. So they block the Eye of Sauron. And it's starting to charge its hyperdrives. They know it's a massive power surge. Even she is the one that clocks it. She's the one that says it. Did they move out the way? No. Does she have her son on board with her? Yes. Did a bunch of them die? X-Wings? Yes. You're lucky you didn't die. And you're lucky your son is alive, General Syndulla. You numbnuts. Like, what is that for writing? That's so bad. Genuinely, it is so bad writing. And it's just by dumb luck that she's not dead. And her son hasn't been atomized into 1 billion pieces. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. There's a fight between AHSOKA and Baylan. Baylan is absolutely the best character in this. Generally interesting. Generally intriguing. Great performance from the late, great Ray Winston. Unfortunately taken from this world a little bit too soon, quite frankly. But he's great. Or was great, however you want to say it. He's brilliant in this. He's absolutely fantastic. The movements from him and the subtle mannerisms that he gives off. You know, it's fascinating to watch this show and look at someone with such a higher caliber performance skill set. And then everyone else and just go, goodness me, wasn't everyone embarrassed on set? You know, like they managed to at least get one good actor. And he's a bloody great actor. So I still find him massively intriguing. We finally get that fight between him and AHSOKA that they sort of teased in the trailer. And you know what? Not bad. Not a bad fight. Anyway, you could see him using the dark side of the Force or whatever it is that he's doing, getting a little bit angry and sort of overpowering and things. But he never... I mean, this is, I guess, the real sense of a grey Jedi, isn't it? Like, he never really cuts loose. You know, he never really succumbs fully to the anger. So I guess he really is a the middle ground between the two of them. And it's interesting, where he says, well, faith, I lost that a long time ago. And he talks about Elsbeth notes some fear in his voice, and he's like, nope, experience, basically. It's like, no, I know this from experience. We've got to get this sorted now. This will create an issue otherwise. Like it all. Like, I like all of that stuff. His performance and things is fantastic. The performance from Elsbeth is still very, very middling. There's so many middling performances in this. Sabine, they've been teasing this nonsense that she's a Jedi. No, she's not a Jedi. She's got powers. No, she hasn't. And then they made her try and one of her the dark side woman girl. She threatened to do some force powers on her during their fight, and it's like, yeah, you've got no power, she says to her. And it's like, are they going to do anything with this plot thread or not? Is she just going to be? Is Sabine going to be fine with no powers? Why are we exploring this if it's not going to go anywhere? Are they just going to constantly like prick tease us? Like, ooh, like, are you going to go somewhere with it? It's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't like this show that much. There are elements that I'm willing to give it a chance on that I'm like, I'll keep watching for this reason. But overall, it's a far cry from what it should be. Closes because Baylan manages to knock AHSOKA off a cliff. She might be dead, I guess. She's drifting between life and death, and she sees Anakin. Yay, I guess. Cool. Anakin's there. It's fine, I guess. It's just kind of a bit of a pointless callback. So I guess the next episode will be half Anakin Skywalker giving AHSOKA a lecture. This is my hot prediction. And then it will cut to Grand Admiral Thrawn in the faraway world, I guess. I don't know. It's just a bit meh. I half time I forget this bloody show's on, to be fair. It's just not that great, and the writing is genuinely quite poor. But I did like Baylan's line. So he convinces Sabine to give him the map again. And he's like, and then his apprentice force chokes Sabine, and he's like, no, let her go. Her old master won't keep her word, but I will. And I'm like, that's quite cool. This is someone with principles. And he says, it's the rule of the world, of the universe, to create one must destroy. So that's why he wants Thrawn to come back, I guess, to create a better world. I don't know. But it's these kind of villains with genuine conviction behind their actions that are the most compelling. I'll give them that much. So there you go. It wasn't that great. Leave your thoughts down below if you've seen it. Marrok? Nah, mate. Green dust.